Welcome back to my messy garage. It's May the 1st, and I promised you a look at a completed bass. So without further ado, I will tell you that it's not complete yet, but it's pretty close. What we've got here is a stained and finished body with hardware attached. We've got single coil pickups on there, our 2 volume and tone knobs, our bridge, our neck is now attached, so you get a feel for what the finished product is all about and what this whole exercise was all about. So, ta-da! Shine, 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 shine. Anyway, but you flip it over, it's not done. But the reason it's not done is there's some stuff I wanted to show you about the bass before we get into it. All the pots that came with it are all already attached. I do, however, have to take these little wires here and attach the pickup to the pots. They both run through there. On the back here, you'll see these little, I guess for lack of a better word, called grommets that I had to hammer into the pre-drilled holes. I had to hit it pretty hard to actually get them in there. And if you notice here, there's actually a scar on the back of the bass where I had the hammer I used hit the finish. So personally, I'd rather have had Carvin go ahead and stick those in there as opposed to me having to hammer it in after the fact. I'm sure the reason they did that is so that you don't scar the finish, but I have scar on the finish anyway. So, but not a big deal. It's on the back. So why they're there is because these are kind of a soft metal that when you pull the strings through, it doesn't eat into the metal, into the wood every time you string up your bass. So these are what protects the bass from itself, basically. In here, you have copper shielding that's self-adhesive. They stick on the bottom or on the outsides. It's for grounding purposes so that everything on the bass in here has got a centralized ground that's being used for all of your electronics. As a matter of fact, there's a little wire right in here that actually fits up under the bridge. There's a kind of a weird looking little hole under here that has been covered up already, where the wire runs with a bare end on it underneath this and grounds into that chamber, so that when you play the bass and you have metal here, metal strings, metal tuning pegs on the other end that are not part of the circuit, you don't get that, let me hold my strings and grab this knob right here and go pow! Get that shock that would normally happen if it wasn't grounded when you complete the circuit. So that's also it. Also, you can see the effect of having all the black hardware up against the particular finish and color that was chosen there, and how what I was trying to go for here was an ebony finish here that kind of matches the ebony finish on the neck and what that would look like. So I am hoping that, well, I'm hoping about it. I bought a solder gun so I can make these connections and get it all working sometime in the next 1 to 2 days, and then find something to plug into and start testing this baby. Because once I get it done, I may need to adjust the truss rod in the neck, play with the intonation on the bridge, as well as adjust the height of the pickups to make sure that I have clearance on the strings. So even once everything is together, there's still a lot of work to be done and some adjustments to be made to make the bass ideal. Do I have any more cool stuff to tell you? Not at the moment. Like I said, the 3 knobs here are 2 volume knobs and a tone. The 2 pickups are identical, so it doesn't matter how you put them in there. front or back or whatever. For the kit, you get two of exactly the same thing, so one is as good as another. Yeah, so again, this is a good look at what we're going for, and we got maybe another couple hours worth of work as far as, you know, soldering and adjustments to make before this thing is actually playable. Then I'll be out there looking for some kind of amplifier to see what kind of sound I get out of it. Just something to practice with to start off with, but then we'll have to work on getting a bigger, badder bass amp to really put it through its paces. So then I'll be putting my ad out there going, hey, let's form a band. Let's play. Let's get out there and do that thing that I've done, you know, a half a dozen times already. Try it differently this time, you know. Better equipment for one. So, anyway, here's where we are. Thanks for checking in again, and until next time.